Hi, all. It's Karen and
Bruno!
here for Karen and Bluto's on another review channel with another movie review.
Is this awesome?
Eh,
Oh, one of them.
it's The Gallows, 2015, rated R, hour and 20 minutes. First of all, I'm going to say this movie was not what I really thought.
Really? That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, I guess from the previews, I kind of thought it was going to be something different than what it was. And let me tell you, I had actually rented this a couple months ago from Redbox, and the disc was so screwed up I couldn't watch it. So we actually got this one from DVDs through Netflix. I'm going to kind of keep that subscription, I think, for now to get some of these movies we don't have. But yeah, like I said, I'll get into it. Like I said, I just thought this movie wasn't quite what I expected. So anyways, it's kind of the whole found footage movie.
Which has been done to death.
So we start out, somebody is filming a high school play. The date says 10/29/1993.
Looks good for 93.
Yeah. So they're doing this high school play called The Gallows, which I checked. It's not an actual play. It was strictly used for the movie, which I kind of suspected because I'm thinking I would have heard of it. But so they're going on doing all this stuff, like just going through a typical high school play. If you've seen a high school play, you know what I mean. And the one main character in the play was supposed to go to the gallows and get hung. Well, there's an unfortunate mishap, and he literally gets hung and dies.
That school must not have prepared that play very well.
Yeah.
What kind of school would do that? But anyhow.
So after all this, shot comes up on the screen. It says something about video evidence, 10/28/2013. It's supposed to be some sort of police evidence.
Who's watching this? How to get edited? How to get released?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions with some of that. So it's basically, 20 years later.
93,
yeah.
2013, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just the date. Like the one was 10/29 and this date's 10/28. So you might as well say 20 years later. And they're performing the same play. It's kind of showing a dress rehearsal. It's this one kid, Ryan is his name. That
idiot number one.
He's filming on some sort of camera.
That's pretty good. It looks like a tape camera.
Yeah, he's making fun of a bunch of stuff, and the person Reese, who's playing the main character in the play, he's just making fun of him and saying, football players don't do drama or something.
Blah blah.
And
blah,
he's following.
Boring.
Then he starts following Reese around. All this stupid stuff going on. Like he goes in the guys' locker room, and
20 minutes later, the movie actually starts.
Yeah. Then he goes to football practice, and they're making fun of the drama club or the drama.
Let's take everything.
Yeah. So I have the play is called The Gallows, and they're preparing for the show. Turns out Reese likes this girl Pfeiffer that's playing
Paul Pfeiffer
that's playing the female lead in the play, and I guess she's a total drama geek, drama nerd, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Sorry, you lost your place.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking because I'm like, some of this stuff, it was just so
pointless. While you read.
So basically, Ryan had done something to one of the stage crew guys earlier. He threw a football, knocked stuff off of him. So this stage crew member, Price, I think, I don't know if it's his first name or last name, tricks Ryan, and they kind of almost go at it. Well, here Ryan finds this door by the stage that doesn't lock.
That's a safety
wink,
hazard.
Wink. So he kind of talks to Reese and his Ryan's girlfriend Cassidy, and it's like, if you don't want to, he's like, Ryan's like telling Reese, if you don't want to do this play, I found this door. We can come in and destroy the props, and you won't have to do that.
We talk about
exactly. It's weird. So they decide that they're going to go and do this. So kind of cut away to the evening, like Ryan doing stupid stuff at home, going and picking up Reese. Cassidy's there. They head to the school. They're still recording everything.
He has a good battery in his camera, too.
Yeah, they all do. So they go to the broken stage door, and it's still open. So Ryan they're in the school at night. Well, Ryan goes, wait, I got to do something real quick. I'll catch up with you guys. So he goes to Price's locker and like messes with his clothes, Price's clothes, to kind of screw him up for the night of the play or something.
You just took him.
It's so stupid.
Well,
as Price's locker's like down below, there's this locker above that opens, and then they both shut at the same time.
Oh.
So, the big thing is too, the teen that ended up being accidentally hung back in '93. His name's Charlie. You don't say his name. It's like supposed to be bad luck or something. So, excuse me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the plot of this. Charlie.
Yeah, well, they keep going on about how creepy the school looks at night. And I'm thinking, yeah, anywhere it looks creepy at night whenever you have all the lights off and you're filming from a camera.
And you're all by yourself.
Yeah, anything would look creepy. You're inside your house looks creepy at night whenever everything's shut off.
No, this house does.
Bite me. So they go and start destroying the props and everything. And then Ryan teases Reese and says, why don't you start reciting your lines? And Ryan goes out into like the audience and is trying to film him. And while he's doing that, there's some loud noise that happens, which freaks them all out. So they decide to leave and end up running into Pfeiffer, who basically said she saw Reese's car in the parking lot and she was coming to check things out, ask them what they're doing. So Reese is talking to Pfeiffer. I keep wanting to say Pfeiffer because it's Pfeifer, but the P is silent. And I keep wanting to pronounce the P. Oh, the other thing I forgot to I think I did mention about, I said about Reese liking Pfeiffer. Ryan kind of goes earlier and tells Pfeiffer that Reese likes her. Anyways, just throwing that little tidbit in.
It's stupid.
So, Reese talks to Pfeiffer alone while Cassidy and Ryan go further in. They leave the one camera there, then all of a sudden they're filming on a cell phone and night vision or something.
The cops did a good job of editing.
Yeah. I don't know how they've all... Yeah. Wow. So, Reese is basically making up an excuse why they were there. He's saying, I came in to practice, nothing like that.
She's stupid and believes him, I guess.
So Cassie's up on the stage as she starts cleaning up things, and Ryan's like, what are you doing? She goes, well, Pfeiffer knows we're here, we might as well straighten up. And Ryan gets mad that she's trying to be a goody-goody and cover things up, basically. So they all decide to leave, and suddenly the door that wouldn't lock is now locked. I don't think it's technically locked. It won't open. So they're going around different areas trying to find, and it's like all the doors are locked, all the windows are locked. They can't get out. They start arguing.
There's bars on the window for some reason.
And then somehow in the middle of all this, while they're arguing, Cassie admits that they came to break up the set so Reese wouldn't have to do the play. So Pfeiffer gets upset about that, calls Reese a liar.
You just say, I'm sick, I can't do the play.
Typical teenage drama.
I don't know. I wasn't like that as a teenager.
So they end up going back into the auditorium and on the stage, and everything is back together.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Looks like a YouTube video.
So they're like, okay, what's going on? We need to get out of here. So coincidentally, then... none of them have cell phone reception to call anybody.
Obviously.
And then all the phones at the school are dead.
Obviously.
So while they're in the office, they find this random back door all the way in the back of the office that apparently nobody knows is there.
Ooh.
And this door is open.
Yeah.
So they decide, okay, we're going to go into it and see, because there's no other way and this door is open. So... as they're going, they hear a noise behind another door. And here, when they open the door, there's this TV playing static. And they're like looking around like, what's this doing on? And they're unsure if the janitors are back there or whatnot. So they go to touch the TV, and all of a sudden it shows I believe it's a news broadcast regarding what happened to Charlie back in 1993. And basically the big thing that was going on was Charlie wasn't supposed to be in that role. He was the understudy because he was supposed to play the hangman. And here the person that was supposed to play the main role called in sick or something.
Like they should be going instead of being in there.
Right. So, here they mentioned the person's name that was supposed to play I think Augustine is the character's name. And earlier in the morning, they had shown a cast photo from 1993. And Reese goes and grabs it, and here Reese's dad was originally supposed to play Augustine. Spoiler.
Wow.
So basically, I think Reese says, like, okay, the ghost is trying to seek revenge or something. I don't know.
Ghost. Like
so Reese is kind of like freaking out. Well, Ryan kind of takes... Well, they left Ryan behind.
I don't know their names.
It kind of cut away, left Ryan behind.
Annoying
So
guy
he's using his cell phone with night vision, like I said. And he keeps exploring. Here's a scream. He's wandering. He ends up in a wardrobe room. Well, eventually they all meet up again. They start arguing because Ryan's mad at Reese for taking off with the camera. Ryan's like, I needed to light the light. They hear another noise. They all stop. At this point, Cassidy gets grabbed, and she's like,
ooh.
Then when she pulls away, she has like a mark around her neck. Of course, then they're all freaking out. Ryan and Reese are still arguing. The girls break it up, and they go back in the stage area and find this air conditioning vent. So they're like, okay, maybe we can climb out through there.
And all that chaos, they managed to stay in frame.
And then with all this too, Ryan grabs the cast picture and took it with him. So
I don't be worried about filming. I just want
Ryan. It's just like, I want to get out of here at this point. He starts.
Let's keep filming.
He starts actually being an ass. I can't even.
I think he's that way throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, more so at this point. So he tries to move his ladder over, and he starts yelling about Charlie's name, and everyone's like, "Don't say that." You know,
don't say it 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, all of a sudden, when Ryan gets up top of the ladder, he's knocked off and breaks his leg. Hurts him right.
And he falls off.
So Reese and Pfeiffer go and look for something to try to get his leg fixed enough to try to get out of there.
Very good. You take notes.
Cassidy stayed with him, but then all of a sudden she's in the hall and she's yelling because the stage door closed and locked and they can't get in. And then they hear all these noises off stage, like that's going on stage, but they're outside the door trying to get in. They hear Ryan, I think, talking and then yelling, and then the door unlocks and Ryan's nowhere to be found, and they only find his phone.
I watched the movie, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, so
I can't remember.
They do a little bit of a cutaway scene where Ryan is using his phone on night vision again. I think behind him there's a ghost-looking image in like the form of the hangman with a noose. He's trying to get away. Eventually, the noose grabs Ryan and hangs him. His phone shows him gone and Reese finding the phone. It was still recording the whole time.
I can't remember this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I said, for all this stuff being in police evidence, they knew exactly what happened when.
We just watched this a couple of days ago, and it's a blur to me.
Yeah. So they're still trying to film, still trying to find a way out, and all of a sudden it shows on the screen that the camera is going into power save mode. And I have a note on here, would you see this, question mark, because we were kind of talking about that, and it's like, it wouldn't come up on the tape, it would come up on the screen. Yes.
Power save mode on your phone?
It doesn't, if I'm filming though, I don't think it's not going to show up on the screen, or like when my computer was going dead that one time when we were initially recording.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't see it when we watched it later.
No. So,
maybe the cops had it.
I think at one point I have 3 different devices for filming, and I have a question mark because then I have like camera on 2 cells, and I think eventually there's another cell phone that comes in the picture later.
Good editing.
So basically, Reese is still trying to find a way out. All of a sudden, he hears a phone ringing, and somehow his cell phone got locked in the locker.
I remember that, but how did it get in there?
It just kind of happened. Excuse me, guys. I got to adjust my foot. So they're trying to get in the locker, eventually break in, and he says it's his dad, but it's all staticky and everything. And then
his dad's kind of staticky.
Reese says, Charlie's coming for me, basically. So at this point, Cassidy is alone.
Ow.
Sorry.
I'm gonna fall off the back of this.
So she's kind of sitting there, and all of a sudden you could see the hangman nose.
Hangman nose?
I was combining noose and ghost. The hangman ghost with the noose coming up behind her. She's kind of looking around. She's using her cell phone at this point.
Of course.
And then the noose goes around the neck, and she's dragged her down the hall. Reese and Pfeiffer are looking for her. Says something about pulling the fire alarm.
I remember that part.
To get somebody there to help them.
Reminded me of Paranormal Activity when she falls out of the bed and gets right down the hall.
Yeah. So they go and get the fire alarm set, or they pull the fire alarm. It goes to a red light. There's an alarm going. There's different shadows. All of a sudden, the hangman ghost shows up behind Pfeiffer. So they start running again. It catches up to them, but the video's cutting out at that point. So I don't know if they switched to the cell phone or what at this point, because all of a sudden they're up in the rafters.
Maybe the cops who edited it didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. Pfeiffer's getting scared. The fire alarm stops.
Yeah.
And they think the police are here, so they want to get downstairs.
Yeah.
So as they're going, they find the cast photo, the original cast photo, up in the rafters. And then there's another rope there, and then they find Ryan and Cassidy hanging.
Yay, yawn, snore.
So, okay, we're almost at the end, believe it or not.
Good.
Reese, Pfeiffer's freaking out. Reese just promises to get her out safely.
Safely.
See, this is about how watching that movie makes you feel. So they're eventually back to the stage, and all of a sudden, the stage door that was broken is fully open.
Wow.
So Reese is like, we just have to run across the stage and get out of here, and we'll be fine. So Reese goes running out. He ends up outside, but Pfeiffer is not behind him. So he's yelling for her. He hears her making noise, and he goes back in for her.
Help me!
And she's kind of sitting. She's like laying on the middle of the stage. I don't know if she got hurt or whatnot. So he's bent down, like, come on, we got to get out of here. And all of a sudden,
They just left.
The center light turns on over them, and they're kind of in the position from the beginning of the movie when they were doing the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, that is
stupid. And for some reason at this point, they start acting out this scene.
Oh, yeah, I'd be like, I want to act out a scene after I went through all this and everybody's dead.
So it goes, like, then all of a sudden all the different lights are turning on. The light goes over the gallows. Reese gets up on the gallows. He places some noose over his head.
At this point, I'm almost
and the hanging man ghost shows up behind him. And Pfeiffer's still kind of going on doing the play. And Reese is like, what are you doing? Get out of here. You know, he wants me. Stop doing this.
He should have left.
And then all of a sudden, the bottom falls out and Reese gets hung. And then there's somebody in the audience.
I'd be there going, boo!
Clapping, and the lights go out.
Boo!
So the final scene.
Oh, good.
Is police footage.
Which makes no sense.
I believe I'm guessing of the same night. So.
They were on cops.
Yeah. So there are these two police officers outside. I believe it's an apartment. They go walking through. Well, they find Pfeiffer and her mother, who the mother, we speculate, turned out to be Charlie's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention they showed her in the beginning.
Yeah, I forgot. She kind of pops up in the beginning, but obviously she wasn't that important for me to remember.
No, I forgot.
So they're in the bedroom. There's this homage. I can't even talk. They have like this shrine to Charlie up, and they're watching the video of the night of the play. And so we're speculating that Charlie is Pfeiffer's father as well.
I don't know.
But I'll talk about that a little bit here when we're done.
It's too confusing.
And then the police officer says Charlie's name, and they look and say, we don't say that name or something. And then all of a sudden his partner's attacked in the hall by the ghost, and this guy gets attacked by the ghost, and that's it. So basically what I want to get to with as far as
me probably.
With and I'm speculating this. So I was saying, we were kind of talking after Bluto and I were talking after watching this. I said, well, I'm guessing Charlie is supposed to be Pfeiffer's father, but it wouldn't quite make sense because if this is 20 years later, even if his girlfriend was pregnant in October of 2000,
brother, would he? Brother? I don't know.
I don't know. Just trying to. I didn't think about brother.
I just thought of it now.
But basically, somehow the mother and Pfeiffer are related to Charlie, is what we speculated.
Maybe he was adopted.
So that's kind of it. Like I said, movies rated R.
It could be PG.
Honestly, PG. I don't know why it was rated R.
The Goonies have more scares and violence and language than this.
There was like zero language. Even for like the hanging scene.
That was so weak.
You don't see anything.
That was weak.
Yeah, there's no blood.
No, I don't think.
That I remember. But like like I said, I don't get why it was rated R. And
The original Halloween had more blood.
And part of what I was saying at the beginning, like this movie wasn't what I expected. I think it was partly because, like, from the previews, if I remember correctly,
the previews are never right.
Yeah, I was thinking that the school had been built on where they used to do hangings. That's where I was thinking the gallows was coming from.
Cool.
And that's so, like, watching this and this play, and I'm like,
there was like hundreds of hangings in that area where they built the school. I like that story.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. That's why I was kind of like, when I went to this, I'm like, this was totally not what I was expecting.
That. Instead of the burial ground, it could be a hanging ground.
Well, because, if you watch some things, they say where anything has happened, there was great pain. Sometimes there's...
That's a way better story.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what I thought it was going to be about from the previews, but...
I just thought it was going to be stupid. I was right.
Basically, kind of just wanted to see it because everybody said about it's not being that great, and I totally agree. I mean, luckily...
I'll give it an F+.
Luckily, it wasn't a long movie if you really want to put yourself through the torment of watching it.
If you watched it, comment.
If you watched it...
Tell us the ending.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I didn't think about...
Maybe you have something else, an idea.
Yeah, it could be. So, like I said...
Bleh.
Yeah.
Bleh.
I would say rewatch value, a big old 0. Yeah.
One time is enough.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to save you. If you haven't watched it, don't.
Well, watch it and comment. We'll make fun of it.
Yeah. Hey, if you watched it and like it,
that's cool,
let me know why. I'm just curious.
Yes,
I mean,
I want to know why you liked it.
Like I said, for me personally, it wasn't the story I thought it was going to be.
Maybe if this had been made in the 80s, it might have been better.
Yeah. And
I got something else. Maybe if it was made now, but it wasn't a found footage thing, it might have been better.
Who knows? I mean, because I think it's at the point the found footage thing is kind of been overdone.
And just for all you out there, Blair Witch was not the first to do it, so bleh.
Cannibal Holocaust, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I count that one as that, but it's not fully that. But okay, we're getting off topic. But watch that movie instead. Watch Cannibal Holocaust.
Blair Witch.
Or that. That's not bad.
So that is it.
Okay, we're done.
Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when we post new content. Share the page. It'd be greatly appreciated. You're hitting the bell. You're ringing my bell.
Yeah, you need to insert a picture of a bell down there so it doesn't look like I'm hitting nothing.
So, like I said, too, I'm going to try to start Amazon wish list with some movies or
something else.
Whatever. We'll see. If there's a movie you want us to watch and review, let us know down in the comments, and we'll see what we can do about getting it.
Well, send it to us and we'll review it.
Yeah. That helps, too.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's it. I think I got everything.
That's not an important movie, so we're good.
We're good. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.